Hi, I'm Sophie Coyle and I'm the lead artist in this project. This project is about portraying the story of the Táin in fabric. It's involving 5 of the counties which are placed along the route of the Táin, starting in Roscommon, then Longford, Westmeath, Meath and Louth. So each county has its own tapestry and they all join up to kind of form one whole.
My name is Cathering and I'm the facilitator for the County Longford. Well, I'm a textile artist and I create landscape paintings. Somebody will tell me their story and I create a landscape from that.
My name is Úna Curley and I'm the Louth facilitator. My arts practice really is very large pieces, mixed media. I use the emotions to guide my thought processes. I like to use materials that are overlooked. I liked the idea that it was tied in with our mythology, which I'm not very good at knowing, and I was forced to research the An Táin March and where it took place from.
My name is Delabre and I'm the facilitator for Westmeath for the Táin Tapestry project. I have a background in interior design and art and design. The reason why I was interested in getting involved in the project was the fact that it's community-based and that there will be a group of people working together on a piece. I think it's brilliant to actually meet the other facilitators and the fact that we're all interested in textiles and we're going to share knowledge and skills. So it feels exciting because it's the start of something.
My name is Crowe and I'm the lead facilitator for the Táin Tapestry project for Roscommon. I'm a fine artist by practice and I've been working all my life as an artist. But my work is mainly about what's happening in the world around me, and I record in tapestry. The design is amazing, and meeting Sophie and seeing the enlargement has really been fantastic for me today. I can feel very confident now with being able to go back and share it with the others in the group in Roscommon.
Well, my name is Olohan and I'm the coordinator of the Meath section of the tapestry. I'm an artist and an art teacher. I'm really interested in history and we're trying to find ways that Celts can interact with the Táin March as it comes through. It's really great to be here today because up to now, I guess it's been an idea, a concept. So I feel really positive that it's going to come together really well, as we have come together really well today.
In figuring out what to put into the tapestry, so I reread the story. I kind of found out the bits pertaining to each county, and I also kind of drew on parts of the story that would be a little bit less familiar to people.
I'm really excited today that we're allowed to work together, and as an artist I work a lot alone and in intensive work, and just to get collaborating with other artists and working with Sophie is wonderful, So we're inside experimenting now with some of the dyes, which is great.
So we've been working away here 2 to 3 hours every week and we're really making great progress. It's very special to be making it here because everybody locally knows the story of Queen Medb.
I'm just doing a bit of embroidery on the hair, on Mave's hair, just to try and give it a bit of texture. So some of the fabric has lovely shading on it, and then in order then to give it texture, I've put some embroidery on velvet ribbon. That just gives it an extra dimension.
I worked on the top end here. I was able to take this piece, add some colour to it using some pencils, and then going in with what we call free motion quilting to give the texture on the top of it.
Well, my name is Francisca and my background really is in leatherwork and wool felt work. I'm stitching it down with felting needles and I'm literally just pushing the wool down into the cloth with my needle, and I just literally push the wool into the cloth so it will hold on to it.
I teach in our local Gael school, so the Táin stories would be taught by me and I would have that knowledge, and for me it was a great way to kind of get involved in creative work again. This guy is is the prophet, so there's various techniques involved here, so mainly applique and embroidery techniques.
Well, I made this baby and the rock under him. I used this shiny fabric and I used another fabric beneath it to back it, to give it a bit of strength, and I have a layer of organza over it. And then I used other coloured organza between the 2 layers to give it a bit of shadow and a bit of depth.
The amazing thing is we really gelled. I knew most of them before we started, but we hadn't worked on a project together. But I had a feeling that we were a group that could work very, very well together, and that's exactly what happened. Everybody just jumped at the opportunity to be together again and to create a project like this. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm here in Westmeath today in Mullingar, and it's so lovely to see the work and seeing all the parts come together, and they're a lovely group, very enthusiastic about it, and it's great to see how they're interpreting the drawings.
So my name is Bridget Mays. Well, it was really nice to meet in person, and we've all learned a lot of new things. I mean, we all brought something to the project when we met first. Some of us had textile pieces at home, and it made us look at them in a different way, you know, looking at how things were done. So there was a lot of sharing of ideas, and it's just really nice to sort of delve into past things that you've done and bring them back up to the surface again.
My name is Margaret Conan. I'm originally from Castlepollard in County Westmeath, and I live in Galway. I do the work in Galway and I post it to Clare, but I come home to see my mother, and then I come whenever I'm able to come, you know, whenever I'm over here.
My name is Paula Sheridan. I've known Clare for a number of years, and I've always had a great interest in embroidery and textiles of all sorts. So I jumped at the chance of getting involved in this project, where I'd learned something from other people who had experiences in different aspects of textile work. I think what I've found here is the input from other people and how that sparks you. They'll see something that you won't see even in your own work. It helps you to explore other things that ideas you wouldn't have thought about. That's what I find good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's going, and the fact that we're connecting really well in the group, and we're kind of discussing and sharing ideas, how to approach some of the design work. Yeah, we're really getting on well, and they were here yesterday so that we could see how the 5 panels are working together, are connecting together. So that was great to see all the progress done so far. Seeing it come to life is really great, actually, yeah. Yeah.
It's great. We started in September, and I can't believe, you know, that we're this far on. We're tonals now and colours, and we're bringing it to life on the fabric. So we have to make sure that we've got composition right and colours are not clashing and blending in with each other. So I think we're nearly there now. The group were great. They're a bunch of crafters from Dundalk, and they're really engaged and interested in the project. So they have the sewing skills, which is great. And as you can see, there's always a good buzz of a Monday morning. So we're great to be able to get into a room together. It's brilliant.
It has been great. Again, meeting people and seeing what people can produce, throwing out ideas as a group, and seeing from week to week the whole thing develop from just a drawing on a piece of paper to actually putting the pieces together on the material background. As a member of the Irish Patchwork Society, we do a lot of sewing, and we heard about this, and our first meeting was actually on Zoom. So it was a great opportunity for us all to get back in a small way, meeting people, so it gives everybody an opportunity to use different skills and to learn from each other.
It's just amazing to be here today and seeing the drawings brought to life through fabric and stitch, and it takes on a whole new dimension. I mean, we all know how flat drawings are, but once you introduce the physicality of stitch and sewing, it's like their personalities are stitched into it.
Well, I didn't know what to expect this morning here in Kells. I'm overwhelmed by the work that these people have produced. They're all extremely humble about what they've achieved, and they're only halfway through the project.
So I'm Jenny Richardson, and I live locally in Athboy, not too far from Kells. We had a lovely kind of creative sharing before we actually did the doing. This is a shibori dyed cloth. I had a beautiful chestnut horse, and when he died, I did a whole series of horse things. So that was lovely to use my horse fabric again. But it's been a real pleasure to meet the group of sort of like-minded sewers and creative sewers.
So my name is Anne. We've been coming here every Saturday now since August really, yeah. So at the moment I'm making these Celtic designs. So started off by tracing the design onto the fabric and then using the finer threads for inside the design then.
We had to practice first all our stitches and then we decided which one we'd like, and I said I'd love to do Lou. To practice 5 pieces and then do the needle felting then for the hair and the beard. And I really enjoyed it. It's very interesting. It's a wonderful group we're with here.
Well, I mean, I'm just bowled over by the work that's happening here behind me, and an aspect of the story of the Táin is being told through the skilled work of the women here. And I suspect it's going to become a national treasure, that it's going to become a major piece of artwork. And it can be placed separately along the route in its different banners, and on occasions it can be brought together as a main piece.
I suppose you could say it's like a jigsaw. Somebody might be working on a head and somebody else might be working on a body, taking real ownership of different sections, you know, the shield, the soldiers. When we look at the piece as a whole, people can identify with all of it, but also with particular parts of it that they feel they've put really a lot of themselves into.
This is, I think, Donegal Tweed actually, and this is the hill that the battle took place on. To work on something this scale for a start has been, you know, is really good, and to know that it's only part of something even bigger.
My name is Mary Carlton Reynolds. I am the Creative Ireland Coordinator for County Longford, and I'm delighted this morning to be here with Longford Willow Quilters, who are working away here on our Táin Tapestry. For many years we have been welcoming the Táin March to Longford, so this was a natural progression and a wonderful opportunity to do something permanent and creative.
Our main character in our project is Fergus, and he's the warrior that leads Queen Medb through the bogs and the rivers. I think it will be very impressive when it's finished, and especially when you see the 5 pieces, the 5 counties together.
My name is Trish Riding and I'm a member of the Willow Quilters down here in Longford. It's brilliant to see so many hands working on something and bringing it to such great life. And to see it grow and develop is just amazing. Yeah, it's really good for the mind, body and soul.
It's a great way of meeting people and using skills, you know, that wouldn't otherwise be used.
I am Sadie Sheridan is my name, and I live in Granard. Yeah, it's been a pleasure and it's been a challenge. I suppose we all like a bit of a challenge every now and again, but I've enjoyed it.
My name is Marie English. I was delighted to have this to come to on a Saturday morning. To see it all assembled now and put together and watch it grow is phenomenal, isn't it? Maybe if we didn't have a pandemic, maybe we wouldn't have been as committed. I don't know. We'll never know.
How can you thank these women? They've been here for almost 12 months. It is something that I'm sure focused their minds, and when it goes on display, wherever it goes on display, it will focus the minds of people to say that we are not letting our folklore, our mythology, our heritage die. We are going to keep it alive, and these women are doing just that.
I'm absolutely thrilled with the end result of this. I can't believe that we had 5 textile artists in 5 different counties, a lead artist and over 40 volunteers that stitched these 5 tapestries. I think the quality of the work and the consistency is really remarkable. And I think when we think about this project and how it all happened during the COVID-19 pandemic and all that that brought for everybody in terms of isolation, fear of getting sick, you know, fear of maybe passing the illness on to loved ones who were vulnerable, and all that people were carrying at the time, that the commitment that the volunteers gave to this project and the absolute amazing work that they produced during this time is really, truly remarkable. I think everybody involved should be so proud of themselves.